David from Gregorian. So if we explore just kind of the anatomy of the arm lock, it's the same thing as in the gi, except obviously you don't have the lapel for the razor, which is the real tragic part about it all, okay? But typically when there's no gi, I prefer to have this arm, okay, the head arm, so I can hook the leg here, okay? Because here I have maybe a good amount of torque to pull here, okay? And then the same concept still apply. The arms come together and then you finish, okay? So one of the things that you have to look at is how is he defending his arm, okay? And you have to understand that your tension is going to be absolutely vital. You can switch hands here, okay? The problem here is that there's a lot of space here, and we're going to talk about escapes too, okay? So one thing from here, what I like to do is I like to keep my hand on the hip, because it does act like a razor to a certain degree, because it keeps very minimal space for him to be able to pull that out. Because if I'm here, okay, he can literally walk his hip to the left, and he'll pull this elbow out, okay? Well, without even letting go of his arm. Keep the arm and just turn to your right and pull the elbow down to the mat. It's already out. That's it. From here, you just have to already switch to omoplata or something, because he's already out. Because the real key escape is to create space between the shoulder, so he can just rotate and pull the elbow down. The elbow doesn't have to go down too far in order for you to lose that arm lock. I like to keep the body leg over the head, okay, leg, so that I can control the rotation of his head. Same concepts apply. If I'm here, okay, and I create tension. Tension is key, because the tension forces him to defend. The thing with no gi is that you can't grab the collar, so that you can't free up that far arm, okay? But at the same time, I don't have my gi to hold on to, okay? So it's almost like I have to create tension, tension, tension. The tension is key, because then I am able to reach back here and pull his elbows together and then begin to finish. So what I want you guys to practice is, you have to see how they're defending the arms, okay? From here, if you notice, my left leg is controlling the rotation of his face, okay? It's very difficult for him to turn into me if he can't rotate his head into me. If I'm like this, he can turn his head, yes, you see how much rotation he gets? When the head is stuck like this right here, and I open the knees, I'm not pinching, yes, in the beginning, so pinch your knees. It's great because it's supposed to isolate the arm, but this is how everybody loses arm locks, because you go into blue belt with pinching knees, and they're rotating their head. He turns the head to the right, you can walk the hip away and pull the elbow down. And I already lost it. From here, you know, if he keeps it, it's one thing, but you know, and then you switch over to triangles and all kinds of stuff here, but the position's locked, okay? So what I want you guys to do is practice when both arms are in. I want to lock that far shoulder, okay? And I want to have the body leg over the head leg. Why? Because I can create a lot of pressure with my head leg on his face, okay? If I do this, you see how this is as far as my hip will open to apply pressure. Rotate your head, okay? This is not very good for me. If I do this right here, see how it locks that shoulder in, okay? The next thing I want to do is I want to eliminate any space as I can here, and I grab my hip, okay? And I keep pulling my elbow in so that it creates tension, and I keep tension because it forces him to defend, okay? From here, I can reach and I can begin to put his elbows together. From here now, I know that his arm is done from here, okay? So you gotta see how he defends, because the fundamental defense is he can hold his hands, you can hold, okay, that one, it's not very good, because with that one you can just lock this up right here, and then you can begin to pop that off, and then because you put pressure on the hands, okay? Yeah, because it's here, yeah, okay. So then there's this right here. Whenever this happens, okay, I want to cup his tricep on, let's say, above his hand. Above meaning the hand elbow will be below, above towards the shoulder. Okay, because what I want to do here is that I want to be able to get under his hand so that I can take, because what makes his defense right here, stand back, defense work is a 90-degree frame. If you take this 90-degree frame and you turn it into, well, what's this, a parallelogram or something? Okay, I don't know.
rhombus.
What? A what? A rhombus? Okay. Turn it into a trapezoid. Okay. Right? When you take it off of that 90 degree, it weakens. The whole strength, as you see that right there, it's 90 degrees. If you took that thing, turned it into a rhombus or whatever, and he knows because he's calculating all that. You know. Okay. So look. So from here, I want to grab the tricep. Okay. And I'm going to start pulling here because I want to get under that hand, and I want to peel it away. Here, I'm perfectly fine. Just straightening that arm here, rotating, and finish. So I want you guys just to play with finishing, but very important is this, because if I do this right here, you see how much he can already rotate, and I can't apply. Yeah, he just rotates and just scoots his hips away. Yeah, he's already done. Yes?
What do you do to stop them from doing the rear naked defense?
That's another one, okay? So another one is where they go under that leg here, okay? So one thing is tension, and then I grab that wrist, and I keep the tension, okay? So one thing is this, and then you bring it back.
Gotcha.
Because the second that's, because look, because what happens is that it turns into like a hinge right here. Because this hand right here, you want this. Because his objective is he wants to kind of swing his hip out and push this up. So yeah, that's what he wants, okay? Because it's very, if you notice how easily he was able to move my whole body, because literally I'm attached to him and he's attached to me. But from here, okay, I'm gonna grab that wrist and then you're gonna do this. You're gonna take the foot off the hip and then put it back. And then if you get the leg separated, if his head comes up, it's fine. If his head doesn't come up, you keep this separated right here. You can even go in like this. You can reconnect his hand. Yeah. And now from here, yeah. And because he can't get that arm out really. Try to get that arm out. And you finish. It's part of the arm raiser too. So here, if he's got that figure 4 defense, I believe the key would be tension. Yeah, because he wants to see, why does he want to do this? Because he wants to rotate his head this way, which is fine because you can get the wrist, okay? As I get the wrist, I keep this and I push and then reset. Because this now hand is all isolated, okay? So there's different defenses, and then we're gonna talk about how to defend properly depending on which arm is fed. So you have a couple things. He's gonna defend just grabbing the elbows because that's real common. I just want you guys to have the body leg over the head leg, and I want you to be able to have this knee open on the face to limit the rotation, because here you can also push with that right there, with the face there. Yes, that doesn't feel very good either. Did you feel the pressure with on the face?
Yes, sir.
Because here, with the knees open, I can tilt this way and I can just push my leg right on his face. The head's like rotating this way. And see how his arms already are offline? And he can't get out of that because there's just too much tightness here, and that way you can finish on. Okay, so try it. 1, 2, 3.